going on, everybody? How you doing today? So, I am doing a test with the iHome Nova with a self-empty bin. However, for whatever reason, and I don't know why, I cannot get this to connect to my Wi-Fi or the app at all. And as all of you know, I've tested, 30 to 50 robot vacuums, and I've never not been able to get one to connect to my internet. So it's definitely not my internet, so it's probably something wrong with this guy. I reset it, I've turned it on and off several times. I've been trying for the past hour to get this to connect to Wi-Fi, and it's just not doing it. So I want to see how this guy cleans, I want to see how the dirt bin works, I want to see how much debris gets sucked out of the dirt bin after it cleans, and we're going to have to do all this without the app, unfortunately. But they do give you a remote, which I guess is nice, but I'd much rather have the app. So we're going to clean up this little mess I made, just as kind of an initial test. A little bit of Fruity Pebbles and then a little bit of rice on the hardwood floor. I just want to see how well it cleans in a simple setting, and then I want to see how the dirt bin works when it's done cleaning. So let's go ahead and send it out. And I'm just going to go and put it on its highest suction just because why not? Alright, that should be the highest. And this is LiDAR based, so it should work very similar to like the Roborock and basically any other LiDAR, because they all typically work the same. So this one should have up to 2700 PA suction. Unfortunately, after this test is done, we won't be able to go to the app and see the map it made or anything like that. Oh, by the way, this is a new Sony camera I bought for this channel. Just testing it out real quick for this video. So let me know if you like the quality of it. I am still using just the microphone that's included in the camera. So I wanted to see if that was any better for my test. I do plan on upgrading to an external mic soon. Looks like it made a very small section for it to originally start cleaning. So it should clean inside that box it just made, and then move on to the next area. This is the first time it's ever ran. I really got to get that Wi-Fi working somehow. Hopefully I didn't get a bad unit right off the get-go. Looks like it's starting at almost kind of like a curve. It's not a very straight line. Looks drunk. Doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know. And it's doing a fine job so far picking up the debris, but I don't like that pattern. Alright, so I'm going to try to make this video quite quick if possible. So I'm going to let it go ahead and finish. If it airs out or does anything weird, I'll grab the camera and record. And of course I'll grab it before it goes back in self-empty so we can see how loud it is and just how good it cleans that bin out. Alright, I will be back in just a little bit. Alright, this little guy's done. Pretty quick job overall. Let's see how it empties itself. You know, I gotta say it. Gonna back that ass up.
Start dust collection. Start dust collection.
Whoa, how are you gonna start that when you're driving away? So I noticed when I put this on the ground here to, you know, set up for this test, these contacts here are very small. And I don't know if it's the fact that it's on carpet or what, but when it backs up, the contacts are almost like it's low enough to where it's not even, you know, making a good contact. I think that's why it drove away there. Yeah, it looks like it's a little bit lower. See? I don't know if you can see that or not.
Start dust collection.
Oh, wow. This could be a fatal flaw. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about. These are not lining up perfectly with these to tell it to one, charge, and two, you know, empty itself. It tried there for a second, then it disconnected. That's really weird. See how it looks lower?
Start dust collection.
Wow, iHome, what have you done? This is literally just on my normal thin carpet. Where are you going? You want to leave this? It's ashamed. Man, first the Wi-Fi. Now this. This might be an absolute piece of junk robot. And I really don't want to say that. Now it's stuck. Or was stuck. That is the biggest flaw I've ever seen on any robot vacuum. Because at first it did that, I'm like, okay, wait, maybe I must have forgot the plate that goes down here that some robots have for like a mop, or it helps get it from the carpet, you know, up to the port. But this does not include any type of plate at all. Everybody's trying to come out with robot vacuums. iHome, you guys have probably no business making a vacuum. Let's be honest. These things must be really cheap to make. Alright, let's try it. Third time's the charm, or is this the fourth? I don't even know now. I've been messing with this guy for probably 2 hours now. And there's nothing I can even, it's not like this can be pushed down. You know, I mean, everything's how it should be. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, it's not lining up.
Start dust collection.
Wow, iHome, you made a massive mistake. Only thing I can think to do is I'm gonna go move it onto my hardwood floor and see if that'll like level it out better. But I have never ever had any robot vacuum that self-empties or just goes back to its normal dock ever do this. So that's massive. Alright guys, let me set it up and I will bring it back to you. Alright, as you can see, I moved it to the hardwood floor. It did come over here all on its own to redo this so I don't have to move the robot, which is nice, but I'm assuming now it's going to be fine. But if you can't have this thing on carpet, that's just a deal breaker to probably half the people who would buy this. Looks to me like it's lining up much better.
Start dust collection.
not sound like that has a lot of suction power, and I couldn't even hear the debris getting sucked out. So I'm going to pull this away from the charger, and we'll see how much is left in the dirt bin. Because it did pick up a decent amount of debris. Let's go ahead and check that out real quick. If this is full of debris, hold on, come back here. I'm talking to you.
Recharging pod.
If this is full of debris, then this is going to be an epic freaking failure.
Dustbin is not installed.
Alright, I wouldn't call it an epic fail, but it definitely didn't get it all. However, the Persenic M7 Pro and the Neobot Noma both had basically the same issue. I'd say both of those honestly left more debris, but it definitely doesn't get it out. From looking at it, this hole, try to show you. This hole to me looks bigger than the one that the Persenic had and the Neobot. Oops. So I'm going to do a quick test. I have some rice over here. I'm going to fill this up, and then we'll see if it can suck out all the rice. Alright, just dumped in a little bit, not even half full. That might even be like a quarter full. Another thing I noticed, usually after I do my first test, these screens, I can usually use my finger and peel off thick amount of like carpet fiber and stuff. This is not the case for this guy. Unless it actually sucked it out whenever it was, you know, emptying itself, which I highly doubt. Oh my god. This thing is gonna be...
Dustbin has been installed.
Let's see if it'll just, if I put it on, if it'll just self-empty itself.
Charging.
No, self-empty. See, why do you do that? This thing's already frustrating. It's making me have flashbacks to a Shark IQ. And you guys know how those flashbacks bother me. Is it even remotely possible that I might say this is worse than the Shark IQ? I would shock myself if I say that, but so far this is giving me terrible nightmares like I used to have with the Shark IQ. I haven't had this much trouble with a robot since the Shark IQ. There we go. This doesn't sound like much suction. Alright, let's see if I got out that rice. Once again, on some of the really strong suction self-empty bins, like the Roombas or the T8 Plus, or even really any of the other ones I've tested, you can generally hear the rice going through and hitting the pipes as it goes up into the bag. So let's see real quick if I got out most of that rice.
Dustbin is not installed.
Okay, so about on par as it was.
Please install the dustbin.
But I mean, if it's a self-empty bin robot, don't you think it should be able to suck out everything that is in the bin? So yeah, not a very good first impression, I must say. The Wi-Fi couldn't work. It doesn't work on carpet, it appears. It won't stay connected because the sensors are too low, which to me blows my mind. I cannot believe they overlooked that when they made this thing. Alright guys, so that's going to be my honest first impression. I try to make my videos as real as can be. I'm sure if I wanted to make this thing look good, I would just edit the heck out of this and make it look good, but there's no reason for me to do that. So you know, that's out of the box an iHome. I was a little bit concerned just because they don't make vacuums, but every single company seems to be wanting to make robot vacuums now, and the majority of them are just not very good. I still say the Roombas are probably the best, followed by a cheaper Roborock like the S5. Alright guys, if you liked that video at all, please do me a favor, like and subscribe, it helps me out a lot. And let me know what you thought about this amazing robot. This or the Shark IQ. Obviously I have a lot more tests to do with this guy. I'm going to try again tomorrow to get that Wi-Fi connected. Hopefully it'll start working better. Maybe it has a software update. Who knows? But the fact that those connecting pins do not connect on carpet, that is like the worst thing I've ever seen on any robot vacuum, period. Alright guys, thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.